what's up guys, Lane here. I'm going to start talking a little bit about some small unit tactics and some small unit movements. We can get a little bit more complex and start to talk later about patrolling types, reactions to contact, crossing danger areas, and things like that. What we're going to talk about today real quick is the difference between bumping and bounding. All right, very basic stuff we need to know when we're out moving around. So to start it off, the first thing I want to say is, especially people who've gone through infantry school, even more advanced infantry schools, almost always when you learn patrolling techniques and formations and things like that, they're going to assign specific locations for specific people within a group. I.e., if we take the smallest unit within the Marine Corps, the fire team, 4 guys, they're always going to say, for example, this is going to be your point man, so rifleman, automatic rifleman, team leader, assistant automatic rifleman. They're going to maintain that position. And any action to contact, crossing a danger area, actions on objective, things like that, there's an exact position where you must go when the formation takes contact, for example, on the left or right, an exact position. And I want to say that's completely unnecessary. It makes things too rigid, and it makes learning the movements more like studying a football playbook. It gets very complicated, and that's completely unnecessary. The only time that our exact position within a small unit, a small tactical unit like this matters is if, for example, we have attachments like snipers, machine guns, mortars, small rockets. Maybe we have engineers and they've got the PSS 12 or 14 mine detector out there. Maybe we have military working dog with us, something to that extent where they are not as capable in the general tasks as everybody else, so they need to be kept in the middle of the formation, which is standard practice. So that's the only time that matters. Otherwise, it's too rigid and it's very unnecessary. Okay, so kind of got ourselves just a little small environment, so we're moving down a road here. Now this can be any sort of terrain that you think of, especially urban terrain. You cross dozens or hundreds of roads, alleyways, the space in between buildings when you're moving, and all of these are potential danger areas. They're very long, they're easy to fire down, easy to observe. Cars can travel on roads and things like that. And so when we're crossing those, we have to treat them with respect. And the same thing is true when I'm out in the environment. Mountains, fields, stuff like that. If you're in Afghanistan or some other place that's similar, when we cross danger areas or things of observation, we're going to be bumping and bounding a lot. So very first type we're going to talk about is the bump. The bump is the most easy, most simple thing that everybody's taught day one when it comes to patrolling stuff in the infantry. And so what bumping means is basically, say we come to this road here. So this first guy, he's going to post up on the corner. He's going to provide security and observation down here. If we're under fire, he's also going to provide supportive fires down there. So while he's covering that, the rest of the element is moving. So once this number 2 guy gets in position, even if he's on the opposite side of the road, he's still using the corner for cover. It's the same thing. Once he gets in position there, this number 1 guy, he's going to go ahead and he's going to bump across, and he's going to continue on with his mission, whatever it is, patrolling under fire. He's going to stay here in cover. Once this number 3 man gets up, he's going to go ahead and bump. He's going to block that corner. So number 2 man, going to bump across, he's going to continue, and so on and so forth. So the advantage of the bump method is that it's extremely simple and that it keeps the unit order and the unit integrity exactly the way it was. So whoever's in the front, whoever's in the back, and whoever's in the middle will always remain in the same position. It's very easy. Having said that, that's the only advantage that bumping really gives you. And I think that bumping is by far less effective than bounding. All right, so we're going to go ahead and talk about bounding. What is bounding? So if we go ahead and we back our tactical poker chips back up here again. So we're in that same scenario. We go to cross this area right here. So when we bound, this guy who posts on this location first, he's going to remain here the entire time, providing observation, support, and security down this way. Everybody else is simply going to bypass him at patrol speed or whatever we're doing. Very nice and loose, very nice and flexible. So this guy now, he becomes the first guy in the formation. This guy takes his position. This guy takes his position. Once everybody's passed, this guy picks up, he becomes the last in the position. The next time that we come to any sort of danger area, now the guy in the front, he's going to go ahead and hold that, and we're going to bound around him, and it's just going to roll on itself like that. And the major advantages that bounding gives you is, 1, it's extremely loose, it's extremely effective and flexible, and it does not require you to change very much as far as speeds and things go like that. And another really big advantage that I think nobody seems to ever state very much that I think is really obvious is, for example, if this guy is providing observation down the road. So now if we're bumping, he's going to be observing down here. What's it take? 10 to 15 to 30 seconds, depending on our spacing for the next guy to come up and bump him. So he's looking down here for 10 seconds. So he sees the cars, he sees the people, the animals, the environment, whatever's going on down here. He gets bumped, he moves across. Now the next guy, he didn't get to see the 10 seconds, the 30 seconds, the 5 minutes, whatever it was that this guy got to see. So when he gets there, maybe there's something that happened that he should have known he didn't get to see. And then we continue on and on. So everybody's only getting a small snippet of what's actually going down here. Whereas if we're bounding, when this guy posts himself up here and he observes, he gets to see the reactions of the vehicles, the crowd, the people, the animals, of everything to this element the entire time. So if something gets fishy, something goes haywire, he can see it and respond much more effectively, much faster, and with a much clearer head and a clearer frame of mind than if we're just bumping. And you know, we can't overstate the flexibility when it comes to that. So again, that's the basics of our bumping and our bounding. Stay tuned. We're going to talk some more about patrolling techniques, crossing danger areas, and things like that. We'll put those in follow-on videos. So remember, guys, only the hits count, and you can never miss fast enough to catch back up.